How are we, folks? You good?
Yeah, and congratulations on a flawless performance in there. When 30-24, I know you predicted 8-minute knockout, but when you hear 30-24 against Neil Magny, it's got to feel pretty good.
I fucking told you guys I'm so good. And I don't sit here like a dickhead saying it. I mean it. I know what I've trained with the best in the world. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm able to go in there and do to these people. My timing, my speed is just different, but it's my intelligence. It's my intelligence. Today I could have absolutely went there and got that finish, or I could have ended up getting fucking choked out because I was silly and I made a mistake. So what I did was I just took my time. I clinically just disposed of him in every single which way. Who's done that to Magny? Nobody. When was the last time you had a 30-27? 30-24, sorry, my fault. Khabib Barboza, maybe? A long time ago. Well, I just did it tonight.
Well, obviously the leg kicks played a major factor in it. He could barely put any weight on it. So how early into the fight did you know that leg was compromised?
I am with two. I put him on his ass twice in a row. The first two kicks of the fight. The first two shots exchanges, he went on his ass, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a long night for you. That guy's going home in a wheelchair. And I fucking said it. Tonight, he is being walked home by someone in a wheelchair. And he's going to go home and he's going to sit and reflect on everything he's ever fucking done in life. Right? I whooped his ass tonight. And he better sit there and think, fuck, I might need to change my life.
I have to ask, between rounds, you obviously gave him the finger. You had some words for him after.
He said, get the fuck out of my face. I said, fuck you, bitch. Tell me what to do.
What did you tell him after the fight, then?
When I went to him at the very end, I said, hey, respect after battle. I respect any man that's willing to step into the octagon with me. You have to. You have to respect someone. Firstly, Neil took the fight on 7 days' notice. But also, I took the fight on 7 days' notice. There's not many people who do that. I went from two opposite ends of the spectrum, and I showed up and I made that happen. I made what I did tonight was so easy, so clinical, but it was so special. The energy that I was able to get from that Boston crowd, the energy that I soaked up, it was so much fun.
Well, to kind of go off of that, we saw the videos of the open workout you did yesterday. Like, not many people are holding open workouts in a pub 12 hours before their fight or so. So how would you describe this whole week for you in general?
So look, I'm very blessed that the way I carry myself, the way that I train, the way that I prepare for fights, the way that I cut weight, the way that I do absolutely everything is elite of the elite. There is no one that does it better than me, and you can argue that all day, but the truth of the matter is I'm able to hold open workouts in front of thousands of fans in a pub in Boston. I was this close to pushing the boundaries. My wife was with me, and she said, if you step foot outside on that street and hit pads, you're going to get put in prison tonight because there's a riot law. I was like, fuck it, that'd be a great story. That'd be a great story if the boys are like, he has a fight tonight, we need to pull him out, we need to bail him out. I was like, that would be genius. But I also have a visa that I need to keep, so I need to be super smart, right? But it's just so much fun. Israel Adesanya said recently on his 292 preview, he said, I don't know how to explain it, I don't know what it is, but he's got that Goku energy. Or he's got that Goku spirit. And I wanted to look up exactly what it meant to all the anime fans. And it said that the Goku spirit means that he channels energy from all living things and puts it back out there in the world. And I just did it. I channeled all that energy from the pub last night. I channeled all that energy from that walkout tonight. And I just gave back to the people. I just put on a performance that people remember for the rest of their lives.
And obviously you called out Wonderboy for later on in the year. So how confident are you? Like, he said your name when he was on the MMA Hour. He goes, I have no problem fighting the Ian Garrys of the world. So how confident do you think that you'll get that fight?
I love Wonderboy. I love him. He's an amazing person. He's an amazing human. And he's one of the best we've ever seen in the striking department, in UFC history, in the world. 57-0 in kickboxing. Every single time I watch him fight, I get pissed when I see someone shoot a double leg on him. I'm not going to do that. For sure, we might end up in grappling positions. If he gets too close or I get too close, it's an MMA fight at the end of the day. I'm not saying I'm going to just literally stand like this with him, but I want to prove to the world that I am the best striker in the division. I'm one of the best strikers of all time. And to do that, you have to go out and beat people of that caliber. And Wonderboy is that guy. So for me to go out there and to beat Wonderboy, to finish him, to get a decision win, whatever the win is, to have my hand raised against that man absolutely means that I am the new generation of strikers in the UFC, and it is unarguable that I am the best striker in the division.
And last one for me, kind of going off of that, when Israel fought Anderson Silva, he said there were moments when he fought where he's like, oh, I've seen this on television a million times. And it was kind of surreal seeing it coming at him. Do you think you would have those moments against Wonderboy?
Yes and no. Israel and Izzy have a very, very similar game set, like game plan, game set. Like everything they do is very, very similar. And they're both elite at what they do. Like in their primes, could you imagine seeing those two go at it in the prime? Amazing, right? It's a dream matchup. Wonderboy is a very different striker. He's a very different tactician. Tactician. Like what the problem is with Wonderboy is many people don't know how to solve the Rubik's Cube. He's a challenge. He's difficult. I believe I have all the keys and all the skill to go out there and find that victory, and prove that like speed, patience, and intelligence is what can go out there and get that win. And I would love to compete against Wonderboy. It would be amazing. And I'd fucking train with him against Wonderboy, for Wonderboy. Because we're that type of guys. Like, I'd love to do it. So, yeah, he's a very taekwondo style, and I don't have that style. I'm very much like boxing and kickboxing. I mean, I only started kicking like 4 years ago, and I'm the best at it. So I'm looking forward to that challenge. Oh, I want 5 rounds. The fans deserve, again, giving back to the people. The fans deserve 5 rounds, and if he can last that long, it's better for the people.
Ian, do you feel like the fight with Wonderboy would be like a title eliminator? You're somebody that's kind of been calling his shots, right? Like, so what would that fight mean, or would you still need one more for? No.
I'm not going. No, 4 more.
Okay.
4 more. I'm not rushing. I'm 25 years of age. I don't need to rush. I need to develop my skill set to be the best I possibly can be, because when I hold that belt, there's nobody taking that belt off me. I'm retiring as the champion. I'm retiring as one of the greatest of all time, and nobody's going to come close to me. Yeah. I want to beat Wonderboy. I want to have that title as the greatest striker in welterweight history. That's what I want, and I need to beat Wonderboy to do that. But then there's a lot of grapplers in the division. I'm going back to Brazil. I'm going to jump on a plane soon. I'm going to go back to Brazil, and I'm going to absolutely hound jiu-jitsu out of it. I'm going to work on my wrestling, and I'm promising you now, when those guys shoot, when those guys feel the speed and the kicks that I have and the power that I have in my hands and just the understanding of striking, when they shoot, they're just going to go, fuck, he's just as good on the ground. And tonight I showed that. Tonight I showed how good I was in the clinch. I took my time against Magny. He's awkward. Didn't put me anywhere near the ground. I took him down. And at the end, the last thing I wanted to do against Magny was get swept or take an elbow or anything like that, because I'm far too pretty to leave a fight with a cut or blood or anything like that. I just had a 15-minute fight. You guys have seen me 6 times now. Have I ever left that octagon with a mark? No. I'm never gonna.
And was beating Magny, did you feel sort of
Magny's a scumbag, and I'm glad I fucking went down and gave him a hiding. Because the shit he said at that press conference to you guys last week, I don't know how none of you picked up on that, by the way. The first second I heard it, I was like, what did he just say? I paused that. I was like, sorry. I must have misunderstood that. I watched it again, and I was like, oh my goodness. You cannot say something like that and get away with it.
It seems that brought something out of you. So
fucking right it did. It's justice.
That you have some bad blood now going into a fight?
Look, my baby sat over there in the corner over here, right? I know from my life, I was a pest as a kid. Look at me. I'm the exact type of person that's going to cause trouble. Do you know what I mean? I got a fucking whack at a wooden spoon. That doesn't mean I go and fucking do it to him. No, you break the cycle. And I see a lot of these comments being like, oh, this. If you want to be better and you want to change the world, don't do what you don't want to do to your life. Break the fucking cycle. Be a better human. Be a better man. And let's change the fucking world. And don't ever, ever, ever touch a fucking kid. Yeah. That's my attitude. And I don't think there's anyone in this room that's going to fucking disagree with me. And if you do, come talk to me.
Lastly, for me, you said entering this event, you're the biggest star, but now that we saw the fight, we saw the reception, just wondering, at welterweight, 170 pounds, do you feel like you're the biggest star, the biggest name right now?
If I'm not right now, I will be. If I'm not right now, when I smack Colby Covingoton around in a couple of fights, I will be. If I'm not right now, when I beat Wonderboy, I will be. If I'm not right now, when I have that belt round my waist, I definitely will be.
Ian, here to your right.
Sorry, pal. How are you? Long time no see.
Good to see you. Yeah,
here, look at this. Look at that.
Very good. I'm wearing the blue for Dublin.
Hey, look, bro, I told you. Baby blue for Dublin. My wife's got the dark blue. We've got the blue and navy. I'm representing the Dubs. The Dubs went out there and won the Sam. Yeah. I've got 2 friends of mine. Congrats, Sean and Brian. look, I'm a dub at heart. I went out there today and I showed Boston, I showed the world that my roots are so deeply fucking rooted in Irish history and Irish culture that I put a suit on to make sure that everybody knew that I'm still representing the Dubs.
Unbelievable. And the performance was incredible. You call out Stephen. I mean, I'd imagine you want that pretty soon. Is there a chance, though, like if they said we could get you in Dublin at the start of next year, would you hold off and wait until then? Because it seems like that's kind of the direction you've wanted to go your whole time in the UFC.
No, I'm not holding off. No way. My foot's firmly down on that fucking pedal and I'm not stopping anytime soon. I believe that I can beat Wonderboy in December whenever they want to do it, wherever they believe is best, because at the end of the day, it's not my job to say where they do that. That's what they're here for. They said they've got the Irish guy blueprint. Right, let's see it. But they absolutely have to bring me back to Dublin and Ireland. I've said it for years. I'm the guy that's going to bring them back. I'm going to relight that fucking flame in Ireland, in Irish MMA. I'm going to bring back that chaotic energy that we have. I'm going to have fans traveling the fucking world, jumping on cars, setting fucking fires, drinking the world away. I'm going to cause, look, the Irish fans are the best in the world. And we need to relight that flame. And I'm the guy to do it.
You mentioned wanting 3 or 4 fights. I mean, obviously, it sounds like Wonderboy and Colby are 2 of those. Who are the other guys on the list before you head up to fighting for the title?
Who would you want to see?
It's a good question. Shavkat?
I've trained with Shavkat. I'm telling you now, me and Shavkat will be a hell of a show if that happens one day.
I know who you won't fight is Gilbert.
Gilbert's my boy. I was actually going to call him out for the crack tonight. I was going to be like, I want to fight Gilbert Burns next. Fuck you. No, I was going to do it. I thought it'd be so funny. But I was like, no, I need to stick to business. I need to shoot my shot and get it.
Is it too late? By the way, this is the last question for me. Is it too late now for your mom to call you, or have you spoken to your family back at home?
Oh, my phone's in airplane mode and it's not getting taken off airplane mode for about 4 weeks. I'm going to change my number tomorrow. I'm going to send a couple of people a text and I'll be like, hey, this is me. Don't give my number to anybody. Yeah, I like to keep myself very private to everybody. I have a very, very close circle. I keep it tight because it matters to me.
Ian right here.
How are you, sir?
Good, how are you?
How do you think I feel? I feel fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Top 10 in the world, baby.
Yeah. You said you don't have a mark on you. How quick of a turnaround do you want?
I think they'd want me to do MSG. And the truth is that it makes sense, but tax. It's a lot of tax. And fuck that. Let's avoid that if we can. Avoid it like the plague. Vegas is way better. So, I love Vegas. I have so much a connection with Vegas. I got married in Vegas. I had my first baby scan in Vegas. My son's middle name is Vegas. I love and adore it. So I'd love to go back to Vegas and put on a show.
I mean, it's the biggest city in the world. The Irish crowd, you know.
I'd be excited to do it. I think that would be an awesome 5-round fight in Vegas for the fans. I'm just never finding the fucking apex. I can promise you that.
So one thing that a storyline with you and Magny was Magny's never really been a trash talker. You got in his head. You got a trash talk. Now you're talking to Stephen Thompson. I mean, that's like the good Christian guy. Doesn't say bad word about anything. I mean, would you trash talk Stephen Thompson?
I could try. I have so much respect for Stephen. This is the thing. You can try. But I believe there's levels to it, right? I fucking made Jeff Neal pull out by selling his mugshot, right? I beat him. He's done. Like, I have won 2 fights in one fight camp here. And then Magny gave me gold. It's like someone handing you a gold bang on here. Yeah, don't drop it. It's like, obviously not. I'm going to use this. You can't sit there and say something so fucking stupid on air, on live TV, and not get absolutely slated for it. Like, and that was my girl. Like, I didn't want him to have one word spoken at that press conference because he didn't deserve it. And also, did you see the emotion? Go back and watch the press conference when Dana was like, right, we're going to wrap it up. And you look at Magny and he's fucking livid. You could see it in his body and his soul that he was pissed. I got in that man's head. I pissed him off. I made him stressed. I made him angry. And don't think for a second that when he went home at night that he was livid. When he weighed in and I seen him there, that he was livid. And every time I looked at him and smiled, that he was like, oh, I want to break that kid's face. Well, what happened? He got his fucking ass handed to him. Justice is amazing.
And you mentioned, you said you want 4 fights so you can continue to build your skills.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, What's one area you say this is the area that I need to build to be the best pound for pound fighter in the world?
I think the best thing for me, is jiu-jitsu. I think to have world-class jiu-jitsu means that I can strike with anybody on the planet, beat anybody on the planet, and do it flawlessly. Right? And if anything goes sideways, whether he takes me down, whether I get dropped, whatever happens in life, the minute my butt touches that cage or the minute my butt touches that mat, we're grappling. Wrestling's done. So for me, the world-class striking, and I want to be a world champion in jiu-jitsu. I might compete in the worlds this year in jiu-jitsu if I can as well. If I'm not, if I fight in December, I might compete at the worlds this year and go out and get an official world champion in no-gi jiu-jitsu. So we'll see. Because I've got it. I've got it. Trust me. You guys haven't fucking seen it. I haven't shown anybody it, but it's there. And you want to ask people? Go ask Gilbert Burns. Go ask Felipe Pena. Go ask fucking Wagner Hoscher. Go ask all of these elite world-class jiu-jitsu practitioners that I've trained with. And they'll tell you that I can grapple.
And my last question is, you're saying it's a flawless victory, and I agree. The only negative I heard was at one point, or I think twice, you actually put your hand over the cage. And the broadcast team was saying that that's illegal. Did they?
No, I didn't put my hand over it ever. I put my hand on it. And Keith was saying, get your hand off. I said, I'm just resting. I'm chilling out here. What's he going to do? Look, if you go back and watch it and my hand goes over, you're right.
I'm not.
No. But watch. If you go on and it's over, like a chicken wing, you're right. If it's like this, I'm right. And I'm goddamn sure that my hand didn't come down off that thing. I can promise you that. I was just chilling. There was nothing he was doing. So I'm like, shit, all right, I'm just going to lean here and take my time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's bash it out.
If difficult fights are learning experiences, and, like you said, not a lot of 30-24s pop up, what can you learn from a fight like this?
That I am absolutely sensational at what I do. That's the truth. I can learn that when I talk the talk and I walk the walk, that I am fucking honest to myself. And the truth is, I took that fight in 7 days' notice, and look how good I looked against a guy that I had fuck all time to prepare for. I'm elite.
Ian, back right over here.
How are you, sir?
Good, you, sir.
I'm fucking amazing.
So you had mentioned earlier in the week that a lot of people over in Europe are going to be staying up really late to watch you fight tonight. What's your message to all those people back home who are maybe on their third cup of coffee trying to enjoy it?
I hope it was worth the wait. I hope we put on a show that you'll always remember. I remember being that guy that was sat at home at 5 o'clock in the morning watching Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman with my friends on the couch, having pizza, fucking drinking coffee, drinking Monster, drinking everything we possibly could to keep our body up. I'll never forget those moments. So I hope that kids that are in that position, I hope they just enjoy it as much as I did when I was in that position, because it's memories you make for a lifetime. I remember all of Conor's fights. I remember everywhere I was. I remember who I was with. I remember what I was doing, because it's emotionally invested. So I hope people are emotionally invested. I hope they feel the energy, and I hope they go out and have a fucking great night.
All right, thank you, Ian.
Thank you so much. Right, thank you so much. Onwards and upwards from here, if that's possible. Thank you so much.